What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, I'm going to show you the best builds to defeat the 7-star Hisuian Typhlosion for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This guide is going to go over some physical attackers, special attackers, and supporters that will help you for this weekend and the next weekend set of raids for this Pokemon. It's going to be incredibly easy to farm this as well, whether you're playing offline or online. Of course, guys, if you enjoy this type of content, like my videos, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. Here's a quick little raid overview of the Typhlosion. So the important stuff about the Typhlosion is, one, turn 0 is going to use Will-O-Wisp on someone, and it could probably miss it. Also, it will set up Sunny Day on turn 1. So those are two big factors that pretty much determine what Pokemon we want to bring, right? So physical attackers, for the most part, are mostly out of it already, and you want to have weather controls, and Rain Dance is definitely going to be the best weather to have it. So water types or Pokemon that can abuse the water, like they have the ability to hydration, are going to be phenomenal choices for this raid in general. Now, the moves that we're looking at in Typhlosion is Infernal Parade, which does double damage if you're burned. It also has a 30% chance of burning you. It also has Will-O-Wisp just to burn you in general. Flamethrower, big damage in the sun, of course, and has a 10% chance of burning you there too. And then Focus Blast is coverage to prevent, the Pokemon that are immune to Infernal Parade, like let's say Snorlax. You're going to have to watch out for something like Focus Blast, but Focus Blast does miss a lot. And if you do get a lot of misses, that's going to be a lot of good RNG on your side. They're free turns for you to set up or debuff or whatever you need to do in order to win. Overall, this raid, I think, in my opinion, is definitely one of the easiest that we've seen, especially because it doesn't remove its stats until after turn 3. Once turn 3 happens, you're going to be good to go. You can get those debuffs stacking on it, and it's going to be incredibly easy from there to get this win. Honestly, I think it's a really good rate to farm because it is really easy, and you get Terra Firestar, which is really good. Get a lot of calciums and carbos, money items, EXP candies, and even if you're lucky, some ability patches too. Now for our first build, and we're going to be covering special attackers, but I got to say Goodra is probably going to be the best Pokemon that most people can access in the base game, and it's also an incredible special attacker and a supporter, all with the exact same build. I found this to be really easy to run the solo in, but of course for online, for Goodras, it's going to be a phenomenal strat too. So you want to use Shell Bell with Terra Water. Very important you have that Terra Water. You want to do damage during that Terra state. And you want to have the ability hydration. So you're going to get burned a lot in this raid. So when you do get burned, Infernal Parade is going to do 120 damage to you. That will do a lot to you, even if you're nice natural bulk. So you want to have that rain up, and then you'll cure your burn at the end of the turn. Now, I run max HP, max special attack, modest nature. You could be more optimal with max special attack, modest nature, and max special defense instead of max HP. But I don't think it actually matters. It never mattered to me. When I did my solo, I never fainted with this. So I think this is good enough, and it's just a good general use. Now, the moves I would run, no matter how you want to play your Goodra, whether it's support or offensive, Acid Spray is a must. It goes through shields, lower special defense by 2. This is going to be necessary to use after turn 3. Surf is going to be your big damage move, especially when you have that Terra boost and the rain up, because they're going to be setting up Rain Dance to remove the Sunny Day. That's going to do a lot of damage, and when you have that Terra, it is going to be Terra boosted, super effective, and hopefully they're -6 after all those Acid Sprays. Now, the last slot, you can put whatever you want. I just have Tearful Look. I mean, if you really want to play a support Goodra and just make sure everyone survives, you can do this after turn 3 and lower that special attack by 1. Of course, when the shields go up, this won't work anymore. But honestly, I never even use this attack. I just use Acid Spray, Surf, and Rain Dance. And yeah, Goodra's pretty easy, and this is the recommended Pokemon for me if you don't have any of the other tools. Now, if you do have Manaphy, though, I'll say this. Manaphy is Goodra with a bazooka. This was the fastest solo I ever made done, honestly. It was like a less than 3-minute solo run. It was pretty insane what Manaphy did, and no crits or any bamboozles like that. We're going to go Terra Water as Shell Bell, max HP, max special attack. Of course, once again, this is my generalist, so I usually go like, max HP for those. But you can run max special defense if your first time building it instead of having that max HP. And once again, hydration. The big reason why this Pokemon's phenomenal is Tail Glow. Because, Goodra doesn't have a way of really boosting its special attack. But Tail Glow allows us to hit +3, which is 1 turn. And then 2 turns, we can hit +6. Now, +6 stab, super effective Surf in the rain is going to do some insane damage on top of Terra. Holy moly. you get into a lot of scenarios where you just absolutely do 67% of that max life, even with shields up. It's pretty crazy. Now, what you really like with Manaphy is, you do have fake tier support, not as good as Acid Spray, but after that turn 3, I would say this. It is very important for you to at least get 2 or maybe 3 fake tiers off. This is going to stay for the rest of the match. But of course, if you're playing online and your goal is to do as much damage as possible, just focus on making sure the rain is up and then tail glow and then surf. So like Manaphy paired up with Gudra is going to be a phenomenal online strategy. So if you have those two, then you're going to be super good in general. Now, a really fun Pokemon is actually going to be Walking Wake. Walking Wake with Shell Bell, of course. This is going to be a great special attacking Pokemon. Going to be quite offensive with max HP, max special attack, modest nature. Now, this Pokemon's phenomenal because Typhlosion steps up the sun. And because our highest attacking stat is our special attack, we're going to get a Photosynthesis boost. And that's going to be a 1.5 times multiplier to our special attack stat, which is crazy. Essentially, we got a free choice specs, which is absolutely insane. We get a free choice specs and we get Hydro Stream. Now, when the sun is out, Hydro Stream actually deals double damage. So this is going to be doing a 50% boost, or not double damage, 50% boost, right? So this is, instead of doing 80 or normally 40, how the sun will interact with water moves, this is gonna be doing 120. We got a stab, super effective 120 move with a free choice specs from the sun. That is insane. And honestly, the only other move I used was Snarl. I did not touch Rain Dance because I wanted the sun up. I did not touch normal Noble Roar because Snarl does the same thing for me. So how I usually played Walking Wake was pretty simple, right? In the beginning, I just used Snarl. I used Snarl like twice, and then I hit Attack Cheer. And then, or if I needed HP, I would use like Hydro Stream. So after turn 3, when the debuffs go away, he's like, okay, now they're going to stay forever. I go for 2 Snarls, and then I just spam Hydro Stream. So yeah, probably in the beginning, best bet is get an Attack Cheer off, hit those Snarls, keep 2 Snarls staying on to that Typhlosion, so you'll be good to go. And then just spam that Hydro Stream until you win. I would recommend a PP Max. It's not the fastest thing, but it does a lot of damage. And I did it solo. So on an online environment, if you definitely have like Acid Spray support from like a Gudra or Fake Tier support or something, yeah, this is going to be absolutely cracked. I can even see 4 Walking Wakes being absolutely phenomenal. And next up is our Physical Attackers, and we have 2 I recommend. And the first one I recommend is going to be that Snorlax build I showed off before. We're going to be going Terra Normal with the Shell Bell. The reason why I like Snorlax is 1, it's immune to ghosts, and number 2, with thick fat, it has this ability. It's also resistant to fire, and because it has the move Facade, it actually doesn't mind getting burned, so it can do double damage when it's burned by using the move Facade. I run max HP, max attack, adamant nature, but you can also run max special defense as well. Now, it's going to be up to you if you want to put on Belly Drum or Swords Dance. I'll say this, Swords Dance is a lot safer than Belly Drum, but, it's higher risk versus higher reward here. So what do you want? Do you want that Belly Drum to just, like, pop off, but you may get an unlucky crit on Focus Blast? Or, you can just go for Swords Dance and be a bit safer. That's going to be up to you to decide. I personally run a Belly Drum. Now, Amnesia is necessary in this raid. I would say 1 Amnesia at the beginning is going to be really massive. Makes the fire-type damaging moves will pretty much do about like 50 to 60 HP damage to you. Or maybe about like Focus Blast is a little bit over like 100, maybe like 110, depending on the roll there. If you have 2 Amnesias, then you're going to be pretty much unstoppable. And the only thing that will probably kill you is if you go for like a Belly Drum and you get like double crit in a row by like Focus Blast. So it's really necessary to have Amnesia. And then Screech is really necessary after that turn 3 reset debuff on the Typhlosion occurs. Then you can just hit that Screech. Honestly, I recommend hitting at least 2 Screeches and getting that physical defense down by 2 or down by 4, and it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. If you can land 3, even better, but I think 2 is all you really need. I think the big downside is, of course, Screech can miss, is only 85% accurate, but it is more accurate than Focus Blast. So overall, Snorlax is an absolute beast. Now, we do have another physical attacker I recommend, but it's weird. It's not technically a physical attacker, but it is. It's really weird how Dosh Bun works, but it actually works incredibly well, and this is definitely going to be one of the more easier ones to run. So I'm going to run a Terra Fighting Dosh Bun with Metronome. So Metronome does, the more you use a move in a row, it keeps on multiplying the damage. I believe it caps at 50% boost in your damage, and it's really good, especially if you're spamming one move. And the reason why this Pokemon's really good for this raid is because you're going to have the ability Well-Baked Body. So when you take fire type damage, you're going to be getting a big stat boost to your defense. It's going to be sharply boosted on your defense, which means you're going to be getting a bunch of free defense boosts, and you're immune to fire, which is going to be phenomenal because obviously it has Flamethrower, Will-O-Wisp, so you're going to be immune to all of that good stuff. You are Fairy type, so you automatically going to resist the Focus Blast, and Infernal Parade's not going to do a lot of damage to you because you are immune to fire, so you don't really have to worry about burn that much. Now, we're going to be running max HP, max defense of a bold nature here. And the only thing you really need is to have Body Press. Now, Body Press uses your damage as your defensive stat. And so your no attack stat is just your defensive stat. So our defense is 361. After getting hit by a couple of fire flamethrowers, our attack is, or our defense is going to be insane here. Our defensive stat is going to go through the roof, and Body Press is going to do insane amount of damage, and we're essentially going to be at plus 6 defense this entire time, and we're only going to be hitting Body Press. I would recommend using a PP max or a plus on it, so at least have 16 Body Presses, so it does a lot of damage. I mean, of course, another great moves if you want to use other moves, Snarl. I mean, you could start the raid off, maybe have a Snarl go off, especially if you're playing online. It's not a terrible idea to have like a couple of support Dosh Buns going off of like Snarls every now and then. But honestly, it's incredibly fast solo with the Dosh Bun, so I do recommend it. You do have Tail Whip as well as a defense debuff if you want to go with that, and Helping Hand to assist someone else. But in all reality, all you're going to do is really just hit Body Press a bunch of times, get your defense boosted when you get hit by a fire type of attack like Will-O-Wisp or Flamethrower, and then from there you're going to Terra Fighting, get that Terra boost, go through the shields, and you're going to be done quick and easy. So I would definitely recommend trying this out. It's definitely a very fun build. All right, and now for supporters, I'm just going to say this. The Goodra you mentioned from before also works as a phenomenal supporter. So you can have like max special defense, max HP, but let's be real, you can just run the special Goodra, and that can be your supporter. Now to our next supporter. That's going to be the Alolan Muck, which is a phenomenal Pokemon. I'm going to have Covert Cloak on it too. It's important to have max HP, max special defense with a calm nature. And I really like this Pokemon because when you do resist the ghost type moves, you only have to really worry about the fire moves coming out. But you do have Acid Spray. Stab Acid Spray is always nice. You do have Snarl support, so you can lower that special defense, lower that special attack, which is going to be really great. So we're going to be doing a lot after turn 3 here and debuffing it completely. And you have that Rain Dance, so you can pop that Rain Dance on turn 1 after that Sunny Day goes up, so you can make it so those fire moves don't do a lot of damage. And then you have Helping Hand. Now, let's say you want to help a physical attacker like Snorlax, you can put Screech here and Wide Lens instead to change it up a little bit, but Helping Hand is going to be a great other move. You also have access to Mud Slap to lower that accuracy, so make it so like Focus Splash just never hits anyone ever again, especially after turn 3. Next up is Umbreon. Umbreon, absolutely goated support. Once again, you are a dark type, so you are going to resist that ghost. You're going to be neutral to fire, and you're going to be weak to Focus Blast, so that's fine. You have a lot of stats. Max HP, max special defense with a calm nature is always going to be the way to go. And Umbreon has way too many good moves. I just picked 4 moves in general just to show off. One, you have Helping Hand, so you can at least help in that damage when you want to pop off with like, let's say Manaphy's about to pop off a +6 Surf. Use that Helping Hand on them, help them out. But you also have Fake Tear support, and you have Screech support, so you can help either special attackers or physical attackers, up to you. Snarl to lower that special attack, which is always great. But some other moves you have access to. You have Light Scream, which you have access to. You have Rain Dance that you also have access to. You have a lot of great stuff that you can mess around with Umbreon. You can change your held items however you want. Wide Lens is good for Screech and Snarl stuff. But if you don't need that, then maybe go for Covert Cloak so you don't get burned. That's another decent option as well. Focus Blast is, like I said, it's probably going to be the scariest thing that hits you, but after a couple of Snarls, you're really not going to care anymore. Now for our next supporter, Grimmsnarl, and Grimmsnarl is absolutely phenomenal. Once again, we are going to resist that ghost type move, which is great. We're gonna be neutral to focus blast, neutral to fire too. And we have Prankster, which is really nice because all our status moves will go before the Typhlosion, which is always a phenomenal thing. We're gonna go max HP, max special defense. Up to you on what you want to do. I do plus special defense, minus special attack, so I don't hurt my own attack stat because we have a pretty decent attack stat. So we have Light Clay with Light Screen, so screens are going to last for 8 turns. That's going to be a huge help for the whole team. Misty Terrain is going to be great because this is also going to allow so no one on the team gets burned either. So you protected everyone from being burned, and then you protected everyone from damage, which is going to be really nice. You have Fake Tear support, so after turn 3, you can start debuffing. They'll stay there forever. And then Spirit Break to go through shields. I mean, it is resisted, but hey, it doesn't miss. And you have a good attack stat, so it's going to do a decent amount of damage. I mean, not really much. It'll be like he's scratching it, but it's still going to be worth considering, right? And now for our next supporter, it's going to be Mew. I would say definitely don't have Terra Bug on this thing. Maybe have Terra Water on it, honestly, at the end of the day. And like I said, you can have Shell Bell, you can have Light Clay, you can have Covert Cloak. Up to you what you want to do with the Mew. I would recommend max HP, max special defense. Mine is max defense because I didn't want to change it. But Mew can learn every TM. So the important TMs I would recommend that you should always have on this Mew: Acid Spray. Always want to lower that special defense. You can have Eerie Impulse. That's another one you want to lower special attack. You can also have Snarl to lower special attack as well. Misty Terrain, again, phenomenal. Misty Terrain's so good. Rain Dance, you know, change the weather. That's going to be very important for us to do. And then here, this is like your flex spot. You could remove Pollen Puff for Life Dew if you want healing. If you don't care for healing, you could put, like I said, Snarl is really good. Eerie Impulse is really good. You just have a lot of options. Light Screen is also really good. So this is going to pretty much be my main set of supporters here, plus Gudra. So you have a lot of good options here. And honestly, this raid, really easy. And I hope you guys have a good time farming this raid this weekend. I sure had a great time on stream doing it and playing in the Discord. But of course, feel free to join the Discord. People me running the raid in the Discord. Check it out there. And of course, guys, if you like this type of content, enjoy these videos, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. And catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a great one.